This is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. Oh, no mess, no mess, no mess. Uh, oh, that's good. And this beer's episode is brought to you by Tubbs Beer, aka Tubbs Brewery, brewed in the state of Texas. This is the Day Pass Belgian ale style, and it is 4.8%. It's a wheat ale, not too heavy, not too, not too beerish. This is something for you light drinkers, for the people that don't really like the hops and everything like that. Like on the can, it says it's your day to shine, because everybody needs a day pass, man. Everybody needs a pass during the day. Everybody don't want violence off top, right? So, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to shout out my favorite store to get beer, and all of these beers here came from one store and one store only. That's right. Shout out to Total Wine, my favorite place to get beer. You can get mix match, party packs, you can get kegs, you can get singles, you can get 40s in there, actually, low key. I just found that out the other day. But all your beer needs, all your beer essentials are at Total Wine. So shout out to Total Wine. Shout out Total Wine. Tell them Beer 30 sent you. Also, speaking of shout outs, I would like to shout out my team and my family and my friends at the Sunset Lounge. The whole team, this lineup is crazy, from YDC to Al Maximo to the Angle. Jesus, I always fuck that up. No disrespect to Angle, but yeah, the Angle, it is a tongue twister. Shout out to the Clubhouse and Shippy and Grooves, man. This lineup is super, super entertaining. And if you want to laugh, if you want to be informed, if you just want to tune out the madness that is going on in the world and be entertained, you need to join Sunset Lounge, which is free right now to sign up for the Sunset Lounge. So do me a favor, go over there and check everybody out. Now, let's get to the news you can booze to. Now, I want to apologize first off, because my allergies are killing me. I got a sinus infection, but the show must go on, because at the end of the day, I can't give you guys, a missed week anymore. We contractually able here to. But anyway, that's besides the point. NFL decided to have an explosion for free agency the first day. I mean, an absolute shit show explosion. First off, let's look at the madness. Let's just look at the madness, man, because it's been a whirlwind of names and money and dollar signs just thrown out, and everybody, my head is still spinning, and there's still being signings, there's still people being signed right now. In the middle of the night, there are people being signed, and I can't keep up. So I'm going to give you the highlight reel of the big names that everybody was inquiring about. So first off, Myles Garrett is becoming a Brown. That's right. He decided to fucking stay. He decided that winning and a new quarterback and all that and championship, blah, 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 legacy, all that, all out the window when they throw out $40 million a year. I get it. Listen, I understand. He's now the highest non-quarterback paid NFL athlete out there, which is crazy. Bengals, you're on the clock. Jamar Chase is about to get paid. So, Max Crosby actually also stayed put. His contract was crazy too. It was all this tired of losing, all this I want to win a championship. All that changes when the dollar signs hit. So let's just I don't want to hear them crying when they're losing this season because the Raiders, although they are making some moves, which we'll get to in a second, they're still in one of the toughest divisions to play in the AFC West, with the Chargers still doing what they're doing, with the Chiefs, who are just in the Super Bowl and continuing to have the same thing and re-signing people as well. And of course, here y'all are at the bottom of the barrel. Listen, all I'm saying is the Raiders aren't out of it, but it's a tough, tough, tough division to climb up. Anyway, speaking of signings, first, Geno Smith is going to the Raiders, which in my opinion is a good look. I think that's a great look for them because Pete Carroll is the head coach. He knows Geno. Geno knows the system. Geno knows Pete. It's a very good combination of things there. I think it's about being comfortable. He's a good bridge quarterback. You can use him while you're training up the next guy, as well as you can win games with Geno. You can win very winnable games. You got a last place schedule coming up, so you're in a pretty winnable position with Geno and can build around that because you don't have to pay him an absorbently amount like you have to pay all the great quarterbacks out there. So this is I thought this was a good pickup for them. Bang for your buck, if you will. So now, Sam Darnold. Everybody was talking about this through the week that Sam Darnold was supposed to go to the fucking Raiders or stay with the Vikings. Well, Sam Darnold now is a Seattle Seahawk. Sam Darnold is a Seahawk, which also I thought was a pretty good deal. At first, I thought it was a bad deal because I read it wrong, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I read it completely wrong. I thought he was getting $55 million a year, and I almost fucking threw my desk. I almost just, what the fuck? There's no way somebody would pay him $55 million a year. That's crazy. But it was $55 million guaranteed. Pretty decent contract. It's 3 years, $110 million, I believe, 111, something around about there. Honestly, that's a good contract for him. That is a good contract for him to do what he's going to do and bridge the gap. Now, the question is, who the fuck is he going to throw to? Because they got rid of everybody. They released Tyler Lockett. They traded fucking DK Metcalf to the motherfucking Steelers for a second round pick. And DK Metcalf got paid $150 million, 5-year extension. I don't know. Listen, JSN is asking on Twitter what the fuck is going on. Excuse me. I think Seattle's options as far as offense goes, they're going to have to do very well in drafting. Excuse me. It's a very rough situation Darnold is running into. Again, a really tough division. Who is he going to throw to? Anyway, Justin Fields is a motherfucking Jet. Celebrating in Dubai. Everybody's seen all the videos of him celebrating and stuff like that. He decided he wanted to test the market. He wanted to be a starter. He was tired of the question marks, tired of being in the news about whether he's going to get a job and whether he's, Unfortunately for him, he's also in a tough-ass no-win situation because the Jets are, let's face it, a laughingstock in the NFL. The Patriots, Mike Vrabel and the Patriots did a lot of moving around. It wasn't any superstar splashes, but it was a lot of in-the-trenches signings. The Patriots, honestly, to me, did the most moves. Doesn't necessarily make them the winners of this free agency so far yet, but they are in the right direction going. And, listen, it is what it is. But, yeah, he's filling some shoes that were supposed to be big but ended up being kind of small. So hopefully he can get there and prove to everybody that he's better than what the Bears thought, and he's better than what the Steelers thought. And we'll see. I mean, Aaron Glenn is the coach, not really an offensive mind, but he is a leader amongst men. He is a leader of men. So I'm thinking the Jets, the Jets is looking a little better. Not a lot better, but a little better. Aaron Jones stays put with the Vikings. He I'm happy for Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones, say what you will, I'm a Packers fan. So I hate that he's staying with the Vikings, but I am happy that he is getting a home to continue his career. And it wasn't for a lack of Aaron Jones just the direction we were going. Aaron Jones just wasn't fitting it. Granted, he's doing an outstanding job with the Vikings, but that's also because of their threat with Justin Jefferson and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. Uh, I do think though that it's a good look. Like some running backs get the good story, you know what I mean? The good the Derrick Henry, they get the resurgence. And I think Aaron Jones is one of those that doesn't get talked about enough. So I want to give him his flowers because as a Packer fan, I saw what he did to the Cowboys, what he did to what he did to the Vikings on a regular basis, what he does to the Bears on a regular basis. We love Aaron Jones in the Packer world. You know what I'm saying? Say what y'all want. Yeah, he's staying there. Chris Godwin is also staying put in Tampa Bay. There are rumors that the Patriots were so strong on that guy, and he just did not want to leave. Which is cute, for him and Baker, and they can, get their fucking bromance together and fight for the NFC South and do what they did this year again and make the playoffs and continue to rock. I'm not mad at it. The Patriots was a whole lot of rebuild going on. Drake May is your quarterback from Baker Mayfield. Yeah. I mean, me personally, I probably would have picked Baker over Drake May anyway. I'm just saying, I would have done the same. Because I don't believe in the Patriot way. I think that shit is full of crock of shit. Larry Tunsil of the Houston Texans, I'm sorry, no longer the Houston Texans, was traded to the fucking Commanders. The Commanders, to me, have a lot like the Patriots, have been making a lot of moves. And everybody's ready for the sophomore slump of Jaden Daniels. Trust me, I noted, I'm putting it on paper. Jaden Daniels is going to have a sophomore slump. But he is also getting a team built around him, and they are doing it the right way. While he's on his rookie contract, while he is not costing you a shit ton of money, run it up, get you some players, build around him, the Debos, the Tunsils. They haven't re-signed Brown yet. Brown is still out there. But my thing is you got Scary Terry. You get some running back help, and, man, this team is getting scary. And listen, the NFC East has been put on motherfucking notice. The Eagles are still remaining of the NFC East. It is what it is. But I believe the Commanders have leaped the Giants, obviously, and the Cowboys. And I don't give a fuck, healthy or not, the Cowboys have been leaped. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't making a lot of splashes. They're bargain shopping. I think they just signed Javon Williams today on a 1-year deal. So Rico Dottle is out of there. That's how you reward your 1,000-yard running back. Okay. But, hey, listen, maybe they get both of them. I don't know. Now, let's get to the defense, because defense, there were a lot of signings as far as defensive backs, linebackers, and defensive linemen. Again, like I said, the free agency thing, I do not remember a day of the first day of free agency just going absolutely haywire. I just don't remember it. So for me, I haven't been able to, it's like waves of it coming at you. And then Twitter or X went fucking down for the day, half the day and shit. So we weren't even we were like following fucking news reports from Pat McAfee, shout out to them, from NFL Network, shout out to them, which I don't know why they fucking went away from the free agency frenzy to whatever the fuck that show was they were trying to push on us, whatever. And then Twitter came back, or X came back, and everybody can do a sigh of relief. Ian Rappaport, busiest day of his life. Adam Schefter, busiest day of his fucking life. It was just insane today. But anyway, let's get down to defense, because defense wins championships, and there were some moves from the championship team. First off, let's go with Hassan Reddick, because Hassan Reddick, who was supposed to be a Jet, supposed to be trying to get a long-term deal, came back, played for like a little bit of the season after holding out for all that time, didn't do much. Now is going to be a Tampa Bay Buck. Also another reason why Chris Godwin might have stayed. He's on a one-year deal. It's a prove-it deal. I think he's going to try to prove it like a motherfucker. Plus, he's in a division where, let's be honest, the best O-line he's going to see in the NFC South, maybe the Saints. And that's not saying much. Falcons got a decent offensive line. I mean, I do that to them. But, yeah, he's not going to see many he's not going to see very many tough offensive lines in his division. In his conference, it's a whole other story, but in his division, So we'll see. Josh Sweat is now a different kind of bird. He's no longer an Eagle. He is now signing with the Cardinals. Crazy. Biggest defensive splash, I think, today, and I think it's not going to get talked about because of all the other stuff that happened, like the Myles Garrett and the other corners that like the Panthers reset the market with Jace Brown and $100-something million contract. Like, what are we doing? But, like the Raiders lost Hobbs to the Packers. Shout out to Packers. Listen, there was a lot of deals and a lot of defensive players, but to me, those were the two, like, bang. Obviously, the Jace Brown one was kind of big too, but, I mean, defensive backs, he kind of reset the market for that. We'll see what happens. There was a lot of Hafawanga went to Denver. Greenlaw went to Denver. Listen, Denver, quiet as kept, is drumming up something real. And I didn't even mention them in the AFC West because some of the fact is like they are going to give the AFC West a fucking headache the entire season. The Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Raiders are all on notice. They have one of the best secondaries in the league, and they are picking and pulling and getting all these players to come over. And man, that secondary is scary after this free agent signings and all that stuff like that. Now, if they can get that offense together with Sean Payton as the coach, man, don't be surprised if we see the Broncos in the playoffs again and making a run this time. Don't be surprised. They understood the assignment. With all of the crazy free agent signing, we didn't even get a chance to like congratulate and really like, holy shit. Josh Allen got an extension. Josh Allen got a 6-year, $330 million extension. My God, man. Well-deserved. First off, well-deserved. But resetting the market, not necessarily, but they did that and freed up space and then signed players. They released Von Miller, which Von Miller, big fan, but understandably so. Wasn't healthy this year, again, and getting up there in age and things like that. So I get it. I get it. We'll see if Von comes back to the league or if Von just takes this as a retirement. I was hoping that he would get a little bit further than he did. But unfortunately, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I think, he has a championship. So, Hall of Famer. Who cares, right? All right. Let's take a breath because that was a lot, man. That was a lot. It was the only big names that I said, but there were a lot of fucking like Aaron Banks from the 49ers just signed with the Packers, which was huge. It's almost like it's not like, let me not say like, the 49ers are in a rebuild mode, and they are literally fire selling the entire I don't even know what's going on. They're in a fire sale mode. They're rebuilding, whatever the case may be. It's going to get ugly for that team very soon. And I don't even really know what else to say about that. But it is what it is. uh, that Super Bowl hangover is real. So I think they're preparing for the fact that they're going to have to pay Brock Purdy. I think they're also preparing for the fact that they know that I don't know. I think Kyle Shanahan, this might be the last year for him. I just don't know. I don't. All that evil genius shit and all that shit is starting to. But we'll see. I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see. They may be scheming up some crazy shit. But losing Aaron Banks was big for them. Excuse me. Losing Hafawanga and Greenlaw and some other pieces. Debo, big for them. And the fact that Brandon Ayuk is on the trading block. It just sounds very like they're cleaning house and about to rebuild. So, you know, just saying. That's how crazy it's been in the NFL. It's literally been like 20 minutes of talking just free agency. And like I said, I'm sure I'm missing shit. Like Najee Harris just signed with the Chargers. I just got that notification. This is what I'm talking about. It's just continuing. The NFL just gotta chill, bro. The NBA still going. NBA going crazy right now. But we can't even worry about that because the NFL is like, nah, fam. We gonna win. No. We are the dominant league. We're going to take over and show y'all how to do this. Here's the contracts. Here's the free agency. Here's the trades. Blah, 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 blah. And it's just, yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Like, the free agency just gives me so much hope. As a child, I didn't give a fuck about this shit, but as an adult, it is sad because all I do is watch NFL Network in the morning to make sure I didn't miss anything. Then I go to ESPN, and then So listen, I choose violence. Okay, NFL is my favorite league. Fuck what you talking about. College basketball and NBA second favorite. Hockey's third. No offense, but I like seeing all the fights, and sometimes when there's not enough fights, I stop watching. But I digress. Again, I said let's take a break. Let's take a breath. Let's think about this. Okay. Now on for the NBA. Let's talk about the Cavs, bruh. And how they are on another 13 win streak. Another one. And on top of that, let's talk about Donovan Mitchell, how he definitely should be in the MVP race talk, but does not get enough of the conversation towards him about MVP talk. Maybe because of the stats, he's more of a team player, but man, you take him off that team, I don't know if they'll win the whole thing. But they will win games like they did against Portland and they do against other bad teams on a regular basis. But when it comes to like Boston, how they handle Boston, the Lakers, how they handle them, the Thunder, the Nuggets. Listen, bro, they not to be slept on, and Donovan Mitchell is a big reason for that. And like I said, I just feel like he don't get enough conversation about the MVP talk, and it just really bothers me. But the guy that's on the other side of the conference, also standing at the top of the standings, Mr. SGA, who might need to change his initials to MVP because that's what he's going to be this year. He has been on a fucking tandem as well as OKC. Cleveland has clinched a playoff spot already. Oklahoma City is not far behind it if they haven't already done so. They just smacked the shit out the Nuggets by 20 points. He had a phenomenal game. Denver has just been sliding, and I don't know how to feel about it because Joker is just still going crazy, but his team around him is just not really that great. And I gotta say it before we get to the Joker conversation because I want to say this. Oklahoma has done it again. Again. They did it with the Westbrook, Harden, Ibaka, Perkins, KD thing. They have done it again. They have drafted and traded and built this team young and moved them into maturity. And man, although it is a small market, Oklahoma City, Everybody's paying attention. Now, granted, the NBA would probably shit a brick just because of standings and ratings and things like that if it was Cleveland and OKC in the championship. But listen, for those basketball enthusiasts, for those basketball content lovers, this is the dream because this is the dream to see because your team should be trying to do what OKC is doing. Your team should be trying to do what Cleveland is doing and build and depth and defense and 3 points and just SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder have been going absolutely haywire this entire season. And I feel like I said, I know SGA gets the rep and promotion and media coverage that he should. He does. But I'm just, man, it's astonishing to see it. Now, Joker, on the other hand, is the guy that I feel like is probably the most disrespected, overlooked, multiple MVP winner in the league's history. Period. Reason I say that is because he's boring. He's boring as hell. He don't even like fucking basketball. It's so crazy to me that he don't even like basketball. He just be so unenthused to talk to the media. He be so unenthused. Like the best thing we ever saw when they won a championship, and he was drinking beer and having fun and stuff like that. Mavs, pay attention. That's just how they get down. They drink, baby. That's it. I digress. The Luka thing is over. Let it be. But I feel like Joker just don't get enough respect. And the man is putting up crazy numbers. The man is averaging a triple-double. And he had a 30-20-20 game. First time in league's history, my man had a 30-20-20 game. 30 points, 31 points, 21 boards, and 22 assists, or 21 assists and 22 boards. Regardless of the fact, he didn't have anything less than a fucking 20 on his stat sheet, which is crazy. Crazy. And he's technically a big man. Like, the fuck are we doing? Most disrespected multi-MVP I've ever seen in my life. Man, should have low-key, maybe should have won 3 in a row, but, you know, he's not going to win this year because just the amount of work that SGA has been putting in. But if you take Joker off the Denver Nuggets, they are a subpar Portland-esque type team. I'm sorry, they suck without Joker. And Joker is the fucking triple-double king. I don't know. Like I said, he's the most disrespected out there. And maybe because he's not in the news, maybe because he's not dramatic, but I mean, he's the real deal, and it's just crazy. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm a little sad. I'm a little violent today. Not because any of my teams lost. I think my team did pretty good in free agency, which I'm going to get to the winners and losers of free agency here in a second. But I just want to switch up a little bit. We're going to switch up a little bit. I'm going to move conversations at the keg. I'm going to move it up. And beer goggles and everything is going to follow later. But before we do all that, before we get into all that, I want to talk about the women's college basketball and the conference championships and things like that. And UCLA beat my girl Juju and USC. I don't really know the coach for USC very well, and I don't want to give her too harsh of a critique, but I feel like she got outcoached and they got outplayed by UCLA. When you beat a team twice and then you come out the first half and demoralize them, you should not lose that game. You shouldn't. UCLA came out, fought resistance, and gave resistance and kept Juju very quiet in the second half. Very, very, very quiet in the second half. I don't know if she was tired because she damn near played the entire game. I don't know if it was how UCLA was defending her, which they switched up and did double and you're going to have to beat us. And Kiki was having an off night. Or Kiki was having an off night. Listen, USC's coach, she's got to get her shit together because in the tournament, in the big tournament, it's going to be a problem. And Juju is not the only person on the team that can hoop. Everybody on that team in USC can hoop. But you're about to go up against some real talent when it comes to South Carolina. UConn wants their revenge. Hell, TCU might want some motherfucking smoke. Let's just man, y'all need to get on it. And you lost the number 1 seed now. So UCLA is the Big Ten number 1 seed. And it's like, man, I just need y'all to get it together, man. Let's not fuck this up. Let's get Juju as far as we can. Let's get Juju in the Final Four, baby. This would be great for college basketball, women's college basketball. You can fuck it up, though. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Anyway. But before we get to the conversation in the keg, because again, I'm switching it up. I'm choosing a little. I'm doing a little something different. Are you tired? Y'all thought I was about to get crazy. Are you tired of your daily fantasy app getting you better, not giving you better plays or pays? Well, download Better today and use code BEER30 for your first deposit match up to $200 and so much more. Download Better today, use code BEER30 and get you some money, baby. All right. Now it's time for the conversations at the keg. Listen, it's been a violent week. It's been a violent 2 weeks in the NBA and the media and NBA and the media. It's been violence everywhere. Everyone has chose violence. No one is backing down, and I'm here for it. I'm here to drink my beer, eat my popcorn, and watch it all unfold. First, Charles motherfucking Barkley. It's crazy.
I saw a fool idiot on TV talking about the Lakers saved the NBA.
Save the NBA?
Yeah. He's an idiot and a fool, but he know who he is. What's his name, Shaq?
Which one you talking about?
Kendrick Perkins.
Oh.
He said the Lakers, first of all, the Lakers have had a great 2 weeks. He said the Lakers saved the NBA season. That's because them fools on the other network, which we're going to be working for next year, that's all they talk about. Let me tell y'all something.
Tell me something.
And first of all, I want all the smoke. I don't whistle when I walk by the graveyard or anything like that.
I don't whistle when I walk by the graveyard.
Right.
I like that.
Hey,
one.
man,
I'm stealing that one.
The Lakers are doing great. Got a long way to go. But the reason the season's been going great for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Y'all just want to talk about the Warriors and the Lakers. They're both doing great. Don't get me wrong. If I turn out to be wrong, I got no problem with that. But y'all are idiots because y'all talk about the Lakers and the Warriors all the time. Y'all don't, the Cleveland Cavaliers have won 12 straight games. The Oklahoma City got the MVP and they are on fire. Y'all are talking about who's in second place. That's the reason I get pissed. Hey, the Lakers are doing great. I don't mind being wrong. The Warriors are doing great. But that's because you fools on other networks, which we're going to become fools next year. We'll be working on that network. But Oklahoma City and the Cavs been balling for 6 months. Y'all talking about teams that had two great weeks.
Time out. I get what you're saying. You just went at the whole network.
They talk about the same stuff.
Whole industry.
They talk about the same stuff every single day.
I would have to, but you know, there's
is there some credit? Is there some credit to be handed out here?
Yes. But don't say basketball's only watching now. First of all, between that and this lame-ass LeBron-Michael Jordan debate, which is lame. I've said for years, the only people talk about LeBron and Michael is people on television who got no talent to talk about anything else. I've been saying that for years. I ain't hanging on to the 90s. I've always said LeBron's great, Michael's great. But y'all talk about it all the time and then got LeBron out there posing, talking about he all mad about being the face of the league. But it makes me mad. The Oklahoma City and the Cleveland Cavaliers are the two best stories in the NBA this year. Congratulations to the Lakers and the Warriors. They've had 2 good weeks. The Cavs and OKC have had 6 great months.
Okay. Tell us how you really feel.
All right.
Yo, facts, Kenny. Tell us how you really feel. Shaq was in tears, obviously. Shaq is always in tears. But like Charles had a point, man. Like listen, I get it, ESPN. The problem is ESPN has so much content to put out. I think that ESPN just is running out of things to talk about. Like we had a night when James Harden dropped like 50 points. SGA dropped like 50 points. And somebody else had a double of 40 points and 20 or 10 or something. It was just a great night for the NBA as far as stats, points, cinema, whatever the case may be, Steph Curry and all this other stuff. And we got Kai Cenat and Stephen A. Smith talking about who the greatest of all time between eras and shit like that. And I'm like, listen, that's fine. That's fine. That's good TV sometimes. But at the same time, it's less sports and more entertainment. And I think that that's where the line is starting to get blurred. And it's just, I don't know. I feel what Charles is saying, because I do feel like, we do hype up a lot of bullshit. But Charles chose violence. Like, he didn't even say it with no sweet shit. That idiot, that fool. My man, you got to go work with this man in the next couple months. Like, next year, you literally got to go talk to this man, be in the same building as this man. I don't whistle at the graveyard when I walk by. That shit was gangster as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. But there's more. Kendrick Perkins responded, and Kendrick, he don't mince words. He a country boy. He don't mince words at all. So his tweet on X was, hey, at NBA on TNT, might want to tell that senior citizen Charles Barkley that I'll be around. When he see an idiot or fool in person, make sure he keep that same energy. He can come playing with me if he want to, and I'm going to address his ass like the numbers on a house. Straight from the 409, homeboy, and we bar none and fade all. Hashtag Texas boy. Whew. Listen, two country bammers getting into an argument and fight. It's got to be the best shit. You get some of the best slogans and diss track type shit I've ever heard in my life. Motherfucker, it said, I address his ass like the numbers on a house. That's greatness. I'm sorry. I love the violence. I'm not going to lie. I do not hope that they go crazy and fight each other and not like that. But I like the beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind the beef. I think Charles is an old school head who constantly knocks the NBA on the bullshit as far as the threes and how the big men ain't big men no more and things like that. But also, you know what I'm saying, Charles has some validity. I mean, Charles was a dominant big man in the NBA. You can't talk crazy. You can't talk crazy to him. I mean, he did swing on Shaq. He may not have connected, but he swung on that motherfucker. And Shaq is like 7'10" and fucking 300 and something pounds back in the day. Like, Shaq wasn't no slouch. So, whatever. Now, Stephen A responded as well. But Stephen A's was more like, like uncle and nephew kind of thing. And just was very... was very like, I don't know, it was very friendly. It wasn't like, oh, I'm upset with you type shit, I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you thing. So I didn't want to read the tweet because it was kind of like, jab, jab, ha, 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 ha. But this wasn't so funny for Stephen A. So for those of you who don't know who that young man is, or I should say old man now, that is LeBron motherfucking James charging up Stephen A. Smith. Now, like I said, I'm here for the violence. I like the beefs. It keeps us all human. You know what I'm saying? If anybody tells you that they just randomly, they like everyone, they love everyone. Nah. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. You're a psychopath. You got bodies in the basement or something. But anyway, I do feel like this whole thing seems orchestrated. look, LeBron being mad at Stephen A is normal. Stephen A's in the media. LeBron's actually playing the game. LeBron has been criticized and scapegoated his entire career. He has been put up against some of the greats for no fucking reason other than the media hyped him up. Yes, he believed the hype for quite some time, but LeBron just wants to win championships and continue to leave a great legacy on and off the court. My man has never had, as of right now, has never had an inch or a speck of dirt on his name. He got his son in the league. Yes, I admit he got his son in the league. His son, who needs to be playing in the G League, continuing to play in the G League, but he's doing great in the G League, to be quite fucking frank. He's averaging like, for the last, 2 weeks, I think, or I don't know what it is, like maybe a month, 2 months or something like that. He's averaging about 21 points. Listen, say what you want. Nobody pays attention to the G League, but there are players that come up from the G League and make great careers or make long careers playing in the league. Stephen A said some shit kind of like, respectfully, please don't do this, LeBron, and blah, 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 blah. But when he said it, he said it like when Bronny was already in the G League. Like, he was already, he was already kind of disheartened and dropped down. And maybe that's why LeBron responded the way that he did, because I could see him getting upset with it, because he's defending, as a father, he's defending his son. And most fathers, me included, I'm going to defend my son, but I draw the line on sports. I draw the line on sports as defending my son. My son is in a wheelchair, for those that don't know. My son plays wheelchair basketball. I don't bar none for my son. My son is spoiled to death, but that's because he's a good-ass kid. That is not because he's in a chair. I do not care about none of that. I make him fucking handle his own shit, take out the trash. He worked when he with me, and he still wants to come spend summers and weekends with me, because he worked with me, but he also gets rewards with me. So, to me, as a father, I get it. But it's just very odd to me, the timing of all of this. Like, it's like very weird how this all seems so perfect. Like, oh, Stephen A just happened to be courtside by the Lakers bench next to some superstars and celebrities and things of that nature, and didn't bat an eye, didn't raise his hand, didn't say anything to him, just to go on TV the next day and speak solemnly and I just, LeBron, and I don't know. Stephen A just got a big ass extension, 5-year, $100 million contract, and this could not have been better timing for him to be in the media and news and everything like that, literally like the day after that shit happened. And it's like, this seems just so orchestrated, and, obviously LeBron wants to be in Hollywood and things like that. So I'm just saying, LeBron has his acting chomps on already, and Stephen A might want to jump into that realm. But my thing is, this just seems so very orchestrated. Now, I love the violence. Again, I'm all for the violence, and you're not going to talk about people's children the way you would talk about regular players. I see no wrong in any of this situation. I don't see the wrong in the situation for LeBron to get his son in the league. There has been many of situations where players, coaches, everybody gets an opportunity based off of their last name. Fuck, Kyle Shanahan, the Shanahan tree. There's a reason. Coaching staffs, there's just a reason that they get that nepotism, as y'all like to throw out there, and half y'all don't even know what the fuck nepotism was. But a lot of people like to throw that out there. But my thing is like, again, if he was studying to be a lawyer or something like that instead, people be, oh, why you ain't playing basketball? But when he does come to play basketball, which he loves, y'all criticize him because of some fact he didn't work hard enough. Listen, whatever, man. He was picked 55th. Like in the NBA draft, which in the NFL draft, for those of you who watch my show, know that the NFL is big to me, and the draft is going to be in Green Bay. Let's go this year. That's like the 7th round for the NFL. What? Tom Brady was picked there. Dak Prescott was picked before that. Like, we are really going crazy. And what's funny is the people that were picked after him are in the G League. They're not doing better than him in the G League. It just doesn't make sense to me. And like I said, it's very perfect timing for all of this. And I just feel like Bron could have called Stephen A and cussed him out. Because Tim Hardaway was on an interview and said, yeah, I do this for my son too. Like, whenever people are hard on my son, or, I pull him to the side privately. I don't do it on the court. I don't do it, when I see them in public with 20,000 camera phones and things like that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But, yeah, I'm going to talk to him, pull him to the side. Hey, man, take it easy on my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keep it light. Braun didn't do that. And to me, I feel like that's why I feel like it's orchestrated. But again, I'm here for it all. I'm here for all of it and the drama that unfolds. And we all are. We all love this. This is what keeps us hype in the league. This is what keeps us hype in the NFL. This is what keeps us hype in hockey. We just love the drama unfolding to our demise and to our detriment sometimes. But we love to watch it happen and unfold. And that is Conversation at the Keg. I'm off my fucking high horse. Now it's time for the beer goggles of the week. First, since we talking violence, man, I have never seen this man get into some shit.
It's a little scuffle kind of going on over the bench, as you see. Isaiah Stewart didn't take too kindly to Steph Curry and his non-verbal actions.
Steph trolling the bench. Stewart not liking that.
I'm not sure about.
Listen, you keep your damn hands off Steph Curry, okay? That is one man that you do not fucking push, okay? He was trolling. He deserved a little chit chat. But you keep your damn hands to yourself off Steph, all right?
I was just going out there and playing confident. My coaches and the point guard kept saying 14, which is kind of get the ball to me, and I just delivered. I was just going out there. Thanks. For what? You just told our play. Yeah. Anyways, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I just played that very immediately because that was funny as hell to me. I'm sorry, I busted out laughing when I saw that. South Carolina, somebody drunk. Man, don't let her talk in front of the mic ever again because, my God. That shit was great. Dawn going to be like, man, I got to call another now we got to call another play. And this is crazy. Excuse me. Next on Beer Goggles of the Week, man. Michigan, I don't understand why Michigan wants to be hated so bad. They want to be hated in football. They want to be hated in basketball. Just why?
Kaysen and Pittman there with maybe standing at center court. Holloman not happy about that. You're right.
I mean, they got to know it's part of the tradition for one. It's not to demean anybody. And when you think of what Michigan State did at Iowa, they didn't celebrate at that game. Yep. They waited till they got to the tarmac and enjoyed it.
Do not throw any items onto the floor.
Now, this is completely unfortunate.
No, sad.
Michigan, man, they just want to be hated so bad. It's so weird to me sometimes. Like why they gotta do so much, man. Like first the flag planting and now this and I don't know. Maybe Michigan State was tripping, but at the end of the day, the rivalry is crazy, man. But anyway, hockey been tripping lately.
Brandon Duham getting involved as always and takes exception to everything on this one. And This game has added a lot of emotion all of a sudden, and Tom Wilson out there just hurling and throwing bodies all over the ice.
Well, he and Mahura aren't finished yet. Hayden's in there too. Tough go for the line, keeping everybody apart. John Carlson in a headlock with Montour. Still not finished.
Wilson loves this when guys get behind the referees and act like they want to fight, and then he ends up having to shame them into actually dropping their gloves out in open ice. Tom goes to the box.
What the fuck? Mind you, it was like 10 players that on each side they got put like it. That was crazy. They just, well, they ain't even fighting at that point. They just headlocking and hugging it. That's crazy. Speaking of crazy, I didn't know who Lou Dort was until today or the other day, and my man Lou Dort, man, Lou Dort and Sprite need to collab. If you know, you know.
Them, why was I out of the game? And he heads right back to the scorer's table.
Turnover. Dort missed the slam. Ball goes high in the air. Williams out to Dort. Dort for three. Good. Largest lead of the game for Oklahoma City.
Listen, if he didn't hit that three, he might have got benched. He might have got benched. That was the most sprightest thing I've ever seen. If y'all, again, y'all know the commercial. You know what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't, look up Dunk Sprite commercial. And that was Beer Goggles of the Week. And now it's time for the wonderful six-pack of the week. Oh, my God. First off, I started with Steph. I guess we got to start again with Steph. That motherfucker's unreal.
Work with, and you do have it at single digits. And that was the goal when you were down 22. Steph from midcourt. Oh, come on! Did he ghost him on that too? Oh, my goodness. Curry from 45 feet.
Yo, this dude is an alien.
What did he just do? He had one from three-quarter court in Orlando. He's double-teamed. He had nowhere to go. Steph's got 16. But Steph Curry, if he's on pavement, he's open.
Did he ghost him? Come on,
he throws it.
Oh, no, he didn't.
3/10 left. The highlight of the night from down 22 to within 5. And
unfucking real. That man is an alien. Like he said, that man is an alien. This step back. Furman.
P.J. Smith. Oh, my. Fortunately or unfortunately, that's going to make somebody's highlight.
Yeah, it made somebody highlight reel. It made the six-pack of the week, motherfucker. God, that's so bad. I don't know if it was the defender just slipping and tripping, but that's so bad. Man. Next up is Kawhi is back. Kawhi is back.
Leonard, 4 to shoot. Kawhi for the win.
Yes! Hot damn! The Clippers win in overtime!
Despite not playing his best game, and James really kind of dictating the offense for the Clippers, and Kawhi was not going to be denied. Now, remember the shot he made earlier, the three-point play that was tough, off balance? This is similar. Some of the shots he's had tonight has been his go-to shots, and he just didn't make them.
Now the hero is with.
There you go.
Bro, oh my God. It gave you that Toronto feel again. Gave you that feel championship Toronto run, just miracle rim, touch, shooters, touch, bounce, whatever you want to say. Oh, It's good to see Kawhi back on the court, man. It's good to see it. It's also good to see, I mean, Donovan's handle's got to be studied, bro. This is crazy.
But look at it, split, in and out, grab it, pull it back, and lay it over.
That's a modified sham god right there. Oh, we're tied.
Sham god indeed. That man needs, I'm telling you, MVP, bro. People, you're gonna look at me crazy, but MV fucking P, and that's real because, bro, that man is scary good. And next up, I've never seen this alley-oop before.
Not close. And that's why you want him to take the threes. How about a...
Whoa! Trey Murphy! That was amazing!
Forever. Trey Murphy is one of the guys in this NBA that can win the dunk contest and the three-point contest all in the same night. Freakish.
Man. And a man underneath him. That's all.
Yeah, all of our eyes exploded in awe of like, what the fuck? But speaking of what the fuck, what kind of wrestling move is this, bro? Like, what the fuck?
One point awarded for stalling on mat number 2.
Oh shit. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry. Competitive as I am, I'm gonna be like, can we do a drug test, blood test, something? Because this motherfucker just picked me up like I'm a fucking rag doll and threw me out the... Fuck you. That's crazy. Whew. And that was the six-pack of the week. And seeing as how I moved conversations at the keg to before all that, this is the end of the show. I want to say thank you to everybody that's been rocking with me, continuing to join Sunset Lounge and seeing all the great lineup that we have and all the great lineup that is continuing to grow and continue to be great. We have had some wonderful, wonderful things and shows going on, man. So if you are not following me, follow me now at Beer30 Sports O'Clock on Instagram, which I am heavy on. At Beer30 Sports O'Clock on Facebook. Also, follow me on That Damn Ziggy 2 on X or Twitter. I do talk shit and I will talk back. And then Sports O'Clock Beer30 on TikTok. I don't know. TikTok might not even be around after a little while, so I don't know. I haven't really been promoting it that crazy, but anyway, thank you guys again for watching and following me. I do have the Discord up, so if you want to hit me up as well, email me at sportsoclockbeer30@gmail and tell me you want to join. I will put you on a Discord list because I am gambling every day. I have been slacking on better beer or bet the house, excuse me. But that ends this week. Like I told y'all, that ends this week. So with that being said, if you want advice for betting and gambling or daily fantasy apps or who to pick the over-unders and things like that as far as player points and assists, I will definitely help you out. I have no problem with that because like I told y'all before, my wish is for y'all to win as much money as you can from my advice. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to win the money. You can. I just like seeing people win. I like seeing people win. That's why I started this shit. Anyway, this is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock, and the day passes all tests. Passes. Wow.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.